Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Welcome to the show. Habari Live Wednesday. Let's get it going. Got another episode for you today. We're going to talk about some of the news and updates that's happened so far during the week. Just been a crazy week, man, of another week of craziness from Trump. We've seen some of the craziest things, watching him talk to the military, him and Pete Hegseth push their racist agenda. And it's been pretty disgraceful, man. So we're under a government shutdown right now. Everything's shut down. A lot of people are going to be suffering because of this. What Republicans are pushing right now is that Democrats are trying to hold off and shut down the government for they can get health care for illegals. That's the Republican plan. That's what they're rolling with. They can't come up with anything better than that silly stuff. It's already illegal for them to get health care. They can't get health care. But, you know, let's push bull. Let's push mess. They are trying to hold back to keep some of these cuts to Medicare and Medicaid and some of the things that's been pushed by Republicans. They're trying to hold them off because at the beginning of the year, everybody, you know, we're not feeling these things right now and everything's not a big deal right now. But in a couple months, when everybody start losing their health care, it's going to be a problem. So we're going to have to, you know, Democrats are trying to fight it, but it's I don't know. I don't know. They listening to Hakeem Jeffries talk about the last shutdown under Trump, which lasted 35 days. And, you know, and the Republicans, they said the Republicans had to fold on that one. And they had to figure out a different way. And they, you know, the Democrats are hoping that happens again. But 35 days shutdown, you know, that hurts a lot of people. So I don't know if that's the best way forward or the best path forward. But I understand what they're trying to do, because in a situation where you don't have any power, and they're trying to ram through changes through the big beautiful bill to take away the ACA, to take away Medicare, Medicaid, to hurt a lot of people who are going to be cut from their insurance. Already the people who set the prices on the policies are saying that it's going to be they're going to have to up the prices on everybody's policies. So everyone's insurance is going to become going up. We're already seeing issues with groceries, with these tariffs that's being put in place. Everybody's suffering. Everybody's hurting with a lot of money that's being tossed around and taken from FEMA to every other program that's supposed to help the unfortunate. It's been disgraceful. But Trump took this as a time to say that he will be firing a lot of people and getting rid of a lot of people from out of government, and a lot of people will get fired because what's going on. And you know, they take this as a situation to get rid of more people that's working for the government, because that's their mission. It's not about trying to help people. It's trying to inflict as much damage they can to the American psyche as they believe they can get away with. And that's what they're doing right now. So we're watching them, and they're doing their thing. But it's pretty disgusting, man, to watch the Democrats. You know, this is their one bargaining chip that they can try to stand on to try to get some type of negotiation going on. Right now, it's been zero negotiations, man. It's just been 100% Republicans doing whatever they want, and they're not even looking for any suggestions or anything that they think from the liberals. So this has been what's been going on. I agree with you, Uncle Fester. It's the thing who's the main person that we're going against is the rich. The rich people have everything, man. They have all the money, they have everything. While we all sit around and fight over crumbs, they have billions, some of them almost trillions of dollars. And we're fighting over $20 an hour. So I mean, this is I have to agree with you, man. It's the poor against the rich. They trying to divide us in so many different ways. They try to all trans people, all gay people, all black people. But really and truly, man, we're all the same people, man, trying to make it through this world. So every time we go live, they ridiculous, dude. But yes, that's what we do, man. We tried our best to bring everyone together, man, because really and truly, it's not us versus them. I mean, it's not us against each other, the citizens of America. It's us against the rich, the people they're just collecting all the money, man, and doing everything they can to hurt people who don't have much. But like I said, welcome to the show. Welcome to Habari Live. Done with my rant. But what we want to do is we're going to talk about, like I said, Pete Hexeps. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the share. And this is just Habari is just us discussing the news and the things that's going on in politics and things that might happen in your neck of the woods. We just try to talk about those things and have a going conversation about what's going on in the world. That's the main thing that we try to do, man. From the streets to the headlines, from culture to politics, this is Habari Live, your independent voice, your unapologetic news. Tonight, we dig into the stories most others won't touch. And that's the thing we try to do, man. So I'm Damon, like always, and welcome to Habari Live Wednesday night. We're going to go into...
And I'm your co-host, Aisha. Just so y'all know, I am here.
Yeah, you are here. Kind of. Yeah, so, man, I left. We're going to go into Trump's Quantico, what was it? Quantico? Yeah, Quantico, Department of War speech, and talk about the clips and some of the things that we seen. Thanks, man. We appreciate it, Rob. And it's insane, man, what we saw. A lot of people are upset about what they saw this week. I saw a lot of retired generals, voicing their opinions, and a lot of people were just upset about the rhetoric that was spilled by Trump and Hexif. It's listening to them talking about the war within, trying to turn the generals against the public. It's really crazy, man. They trying to turn the generals against the public. They're already sending the military to black neighborhoods and black cities because they think that's the biggest problem. But we see the problems in America, man, and it's not just black people. We see that, but that's what we gonna do, man. Like always. So we gonna get right into it, man. Today we got a heavy one. We're talking about the war rhetoric, not against foreign enemies, but against American cities. Yes, you heard that right. We've got clips of Pete Hegseth declaring a war from within. We've got President Trump rebranded the Pentagon as the Department of War. We already know he done that. And then we got a 20-point so-called peace plan for Gaza that sounds more like a ultimatum. So it's crazy, man. We're going to go into a deep dive into what happens when politics starts sounding like a battlefield. And that's exactly what's going on. Let's go ahead and run the first clip for us with Pete Hegseth. Yeah, that's one.
We are preparing every day. We have to be prepared for war, not for defense. We're training warriors, not defenders. We fight wars to win, not to defend. Defense is something you do all the time. It's inherently reactionary and can lead to overuse, overreach, and mission creep. War is something you do sparingly, on our own terms, and with clear aims. We fight to win. We unleash overwhelming and punishing violence on the enemy. We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country.
Mm-hmm.
No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. Just common sense, maximum lethality, and authority for warfighters. That's all I ever wanted as a platoon leader.
Yeah, man. To listen to this dude tell generals how to conduct themselves from a guy who was never in the military, I know it has to be disgustingly embarrassing for every man that was in that room. This dude ain't never served a day in his life. Has no business being the head of the defense department or whatever the fuck they want to call it now. The dude is an embarrassment. He up there acting like a tough, a fake tough guy with his hair slicked back looking like a Goomba. Like, bro looks silly as hell, man. Really silly. And if he thinks this makes us look tough, he's mistaken. It make us look like idiots. While he's up there trying to down DEI and down women, down trans people, all these people who then went and put their lives on the line. And just because they're different, they get down by this administration. It's terrible, man. It's horrible stuff. It's disgusting what they're doing. Go ahead. I think I've already said that. You see what I'm talking about? Let's start with. Oh, okay.
And we played the clip already.
Okay, but you saw the guy on Fox. You heard him praised by Trump, but it's different. He's not talking about Afghanistan or Iraq. He's talking about American cities. American cities, man. I mean, the dude says overwhelming and punishing violence. Hunt and kill the enemies. And we'll straighten them out one by one. You heard him. He listed San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and said point blank, it's war too. It's a war within. That's not a metaphor. That's framing the U.S. cities filled with our neighbors, our families, as the enemy. That is military language that they're trying to bring home.
Yep. And, it isn't just some random rant that he's going on. This is a speech to our military leaders. Imagine being in uniform and you're hearing your potential battlefield is on your own country, your own land, with your own fellow Americans. That should send chills down your spine. But for most of you, it doesn't.
And this is why we bring it to you, because words matter, man. History teaches us when leaders call fellow citizens enemies, violence often follows. It shifts the line of what's acceptable. Today is rhetoric, tomorrow is policy. And the day after that, it's action.
Yep. And now, normally, you might dismiss this as just one man's extreme views, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the president himself starts to pick up the same language, it becomes something else entirely. Just yesterday, Trump gave a 72-minute speech to hundreds of generals and admirals at the Marine Corps base in Quantico, Virginia. So let's go ahead and walk through it.
Well, I mean, we got the video of Trump, but Trump demanded the Nobel Prize first. That's right. While threatening foreign adversaries and cracking down on what he calls rioters at home. He said the Nobel Committee should honor him. He bragged about ordering airstrikes on Venezuelan drug boats, but that should deserve the Nobel Prize. That's so noble. If you try to poison our people, we will blow you out of existence, he said. He even said that that's the only language they really understand.
And then came the nuclear flex. Trump said that he deployed a nuclear submarine near Russia as a warning after former President Medvedev made threats. His exact words: there are no two N words, and you can't use them either. It's a cheeky line. But behind the joke was a reminder that he was flashing nuclear capability at another superpower.
But the part that really echoes Hegseth was this. Trump doubled down on renaming the Pentagon the Department of War. He said, I love the name, and I think it stopped wars. Think about that. The Pentagon has been called the Department of Defense since 1949 for a reason. Defense, not aggression. Now, America has not always done a great job of keeping to the name of that, because we have had a lot of situations where we are aggressors. But Trump, he's tossing all that aside and told his generals to embrace war as the brand.
Embrace war as the brand. And right after that, he pivoted to what he called the enemy from within. His quote: last month, I signed an executive order to provide training for a quick reaction force that will help quell civil disturbances. It's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control.
Yeah, that is the president of the United States telling the armed forces to see U.S. citizens, protesters, rioters, maybe even just activists, as enemies of the state. He even listed gangs in Washington, saying troops pounded them, threw them in paddy wagons, and deported them. He painted it like a victory story.
A victory story? Man, that's and then he turned around and justified it by pointing to history, saying that Washington, Lincoln, Cleveland, and Bush all used military for domestic order. He wants you to believe that there is precedent and that what he's doing is normal. But normalizing war talk at home is just a very dangerous game that he's playing.
Yeah, man, breaking down the enemy within talk. Let's go ahead and run that clip of Trump talking to the military.
What they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war, too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security. We can't let these people in.
Look how he talk about citizens. So, man, in 6 minutes of speech, Trump called for war abroad, war at home, bragged about violence, and demanded a peace prize.
A peace prize?
What person gets a peace prize after screaming violence for 72 minutes? How do you square that? He says it's peace through strength. But if peace means redefining your neighbors as enemies, is that really peace or a permanent conflict?
Permanent conflict. But, this is why specific language matters. His enemy from within phrase, that's not neutral. It's the same phrase that authoritarian leaders have used to justify their own crackdowns. And it casts dissent not as part of a democracy, but as treason.
Mm-hmm.
Treasonous. And once people accept it, that opens the door to treating your political opponents as combatants.
Yeah, man. And it's a lot of people who don't care. They like it because they think that, As long as they're not the people that are being targeted, then they're fine. You know, it's a lot of people who love to wave the American flag, have 2, 3 floor American flags on the back of their truck, but they don't care about Americans. They only care about the flag.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about their neighbors. They don't care about other people. They just care about the flag. And they'll watch others die. You know, you wonder why there's a such thing as Nazi Germany and all these things. How did it happen? You wonder, like, how did those things happen, man? How did the people let these things happen? And you see now people clapping. Oh, this is what I voted for. Snatching families apart. We love it. This makes me feel good. Then go to church later on that day. Praise to Jesus. After you've been clapping as poor people get snatched up in trucks.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Those are the type of people we're dealing with, these Christian nationalists. You know, they put nationalists next to Christian, but really the nationalists is supposed to go before Christian because they're really national Christians, because the nation means more than them than Christianity. The nation means more than them than Jesus. And what they think the nation is supposed to be, or who it's supposed to be for, means more than them than religion. They think the land was left to them, and anybody else is on the land as a piece of crap, and they don't deserve to be here. These are the people that we are fighting every day. They don't care if other people are here. They think the whole country is for them, and everybody else is. Why are you here? What are you here for? This is my country. They've been raised to believe this stuff. Manifest destiny. We supposed to have this. This nation is for us. God told us it's for us. This is God's land, and God told us for us. So they willing to kill, throw out, do whatever they got to do, man. I saw a thing today, and they said that America this year will lose population for the first time.
I believe it.
And that's what they want, man. They want the population decreases. They don't understand in places like Europe and all these places across the world, they're not replacing the population. So they're bringing in people from other places to try to help the holes that are being filled. But the racists are pissed. Get them out of here, even in England. Get the migrants out of here. This isn't just happening in America. This is happening all across the world, where people are mad that people that look brown or different than them are coming into their country. They're mad. There's right-wingers in Britain running around beating up people. The racism doesn't stop in America, man. And you notice the sequencing. Hegseth lays the groundwork. Cities are the battlefield. That's what they say. Cities are the battlefield, not love. You know, love is a battlefield. Anyway, Trump echoes it. The Department of War, the reaction force, the enemy within, it's coordinated. It's not off the cuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they really believe.
And then, let's not forget that this was just a pep talk to hundreds of generals and admirals.
Mm-hmm.
Not a campaign rally, not a Fox News press conference. This was uniformed military leaders.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the message travels from rhetoric to reality.
Yeah, man. The fact that he asked all these people to come here, all these generals who were doing jobs in Europe or in other places across the world. And what did they do? They brought all these people in here. All these people that should be somewhere making sure that the military is okay. They had to come in here and listen to a 2-hour document. What's those commercials?
Infomercial.
There you go. A 2-hour infomercial from two idiots who don't even know what the military is. Mr. Bone Spurs himself, who did everything he could to get out of being in the military.
Right.
Used his rich poppy to keep him out of it. Now he's sitting there telling what generals gonna do and how they're gonna do it. It's disgusting stuff,
And
man.
then they want to be in there fat shaming people
They're
too.
talking silly, man. Talking silly as hell. And while this is happening at home, Trump is also reshaping America's role abroad. On Monday, he unveiled a 20-point peace plan for Gaza. The terms were accepted by Israel and endorsed by 8 Muslim majority nations: Egypt, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, among them, but Hamas has rejected it.
That's crazy. But the plan challenges Palestinians, in Trump's words, to take responsibility for their own destiny. He warned that if the Palestinian Authority doesn't meet the reforms that he outlined, quote, they'll have themselves to blame. That's the same tough talk pattern that we've heard earlier. Always an ultimatum, always a threat.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't understand his plan on this. He doesn't. Everybody is looking the other way while he makes terrible decisions when it comes to foreign policy. You're not going to beat Hamas with threats. Look, dude, all the stuff that they've been through right now and all the people that they have watched die. Do you think threats are going to make them change their mind? Little kids have been dying out there and they haven't changed anything. You told them to lay down their weapons and take away their power, and they cannot be a part of the new whatever happens out there. Whatever they want to do with Netanyahu and Trump, whatever they want to do to Gaza, that they can't be a part of it. And you think that they're going to do that? The country of Palestine, that, their military is Hamas pretty much. They are their protection. That's what the people trust. Unfortunately, I wish they had a military and it wasn't a terrorist group, but that's what that's who has the power there. So it's like telling the American military to lay it down by telling them that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give up, obviously. And I just think this plan is bad. The plan has to be a more domestic way of getting this done. You're not going to threaten these people into quitting.
Right.
Hey, the terrorist organization has had power for years. Unfortunately, what can we do about that? They are the people that has the power. You got to negotiate with them. You're not going to threaten them. That's not going to work. So he's looking goofy. They haven't outright rejected it yet, but the rumors are that that's what's coming, that they're going to reject this stupid plan that Mr. Nobel Prize think that he's supposed to get. The obsession with the Nobel Prize is crazy.
Right.
He said if it works out, we'll have 8 in 8 months. Nobody's ever done that. Will you ever get the Nobel Prize? Absolutely not. They'll give it to some guy that didn't do a damn thing. He turned international diplomacy into a reality show scoreboard. That's what this dude is doing. I stopped 8 wars.
Ain't stopped nothing.
Nothing. Just an idiot, dog. Just be saying anything. It's just disgraceful, dog. You do, hey man. This is ridiculous. He turned our foreign affairs into a reality show. It's like it's like the whatever that stupid show he was on, The Apprentice.
Yep.
He's playing games with people's lives.
Yep. And notice the contrast that he's painting here. Abroad, he's the deal maker, the strong man who forces adversaries to behave. But at home, he's the enforcer, deploying its own military against insurrectionists. But in both cases, it's force first, diplomacy later, if ever at all.
Yeah, man. He has no idea what he's doing when it comes to diplomacy. He just don't know what he's doing. And to see Pete Hegseth go up there and talk about FAFO, like, man, shut the fuck up. Dude sounded like an idiot. That's why he did not one general clapped. Because you're dumb. You look like a jackass, bro. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Probably up there drunk as hell, up there talking silly as I don't know what. So what did we see, man, when we put all this together? Hegseth talks about war in our cities. Trump embraces the Department of War label, calling protesters the enemy. Brags about using force at home. Then on foreign policy, he sells ultimatums as peace. You're going, oh, we got 4 days. You got 4 days, Hamas, or if you don't do it, it's going to be the worst. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's going to work. These people have seen they kids get slaughtered. You think they scared? You know these people ain't scared, man. You know how they are. And this jackass talking about, oh, you're going to get the worst. They don't care. And I mean, it's just simple, silly stuff, man. The pattern is crystal clear, man. It's government through intimidation.
Yep.
That's all they do is I'm going to intimidate everyone.
But here's the thing, though. Intimidation has its consequences. If you're in San Francisco or Chicago and you're hearing your city named as a battlefield and you wonder, will federal troops show up tomorrow? If you're an activist, will you be labeled as an enemy within? If you're Palestinian, do you believe a plan built on threats will bring justice? This rhetoric doesn't just stay in speeches, unfortunately. It shapes perception, policy, and power.
Yeah, man. Let's not talk about the noble line. Demanding an award while boasting about sinking boats and flexing nuclear weapons. This dude knows nothing about peace. All he knows is theater and reality shows. Mm-hmm. And the more this theater normalizes war talk, and the more everyday Americans are caught in the crossfire of words that could become action, man. He's trying to normalize it, make it seem normal that the military is walking around in our streets.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people, oh, what if it helps the crime? Well, this is not a long-term fix for crime.
It's really not.
We know that the National Guard and how much money it is costing to put the Guard in these cities is millions. Millions. So we all know that he can't do this for a long time. So it's going to be a problem. Does it matter, Tim, if he started a war? I don't understand why that matters. What does it matter? He said he was going to stop the wars on day one. He sold you all on a bag of lies that you all picked up and took home.
Hours.
All the lies he told. He's not going to get nothing done in 24, nothing.
9 months later?
Man, dumb, man. Y'all fall for this stuff. It doesn't even matter. He can say whatever he wants to. Y'all just wanted. Only thing he had to say was all the racist stuff, and y'all was going to vote for him. He didn't even have to say all the stuff about the war because y'all didn't really care.
Nope, they sure
didn't. They didn't really care.
But, here's where we land. Leaders are setting the stage. War abroad, war at home. Enemies are everywhere. But as citizens, we have to see through it. We have to recognize that dissent isn't treason. That's protest isn't war.
Mm-hmm.
That safety doesn't come from turning our streets, our cities, into battlefields.
Yeah, man. It's insane what we're going through right now. But because if we accept this framing, if we let leaders call our neighbors the enemy, democracy itself is at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Everything these dudes say is unconstitutional. So do the opposite of what the Republicans say. Stay woke. They always talking about fighting woke. Stay woke because they don't even know what the hell it is.
Nope.
Staying woke is just meaning keep your eyes open. Make sure you know what's going on, man. Keep yourself informed. Stay active. Stay critical. Don't let the language of the right, the war, become the language of everyday politics. Don't let it become that, man. We're doing everything we can to keep peace in America, not guns and militaries and National Guard. Like what he's selling us, man, is just trash. So next we're going to go into the government shutdown and the GOP dysfunction. They're in control of everything, man, when it comes to government right now.
They are.
They have the president, they have the Senate, they have Congress, they have everything. The last time we had a shutdown, who was in charge? Trump. Longest shutdown ever.
35 days.
He does a horrible job of governing because he doesn't know how to work with the other side. Only thing he knows how to do is bully people. So they want to come in and push through all their directives and push through all their things that's going to hurt people's health care, raise up everybody's deductibles and pricing that we're paying for insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man.
It does not happen all the time. This is the first shutdown we've had in 7 years, Travis.
Right. We was able to go through the whole Biden administration without one. They was able to come up with a plan that worked. So let's go ahead and run the video of different politicians talking about the government shutdown.
I have to say to my Democrat colleagues, there is no reason for a shutdown. I mean, it's going to threaten Medicaid reimbursement. It's going to threaten VA services. It's going to threaten farmers' USDA, farming services. I'm just thinking about things in my state that are really, really important. Military service members' pay, national parks. I mean, I just go on and on.
President Trump is totally out of touch. This kind of theatrical approach to negotiation, posting AI content that mocks and degrades the other side is not the way to negotiate. He is totally unserious.
I thought it was hilarious. I think people take that stuff too seriously and try to find political hay to make out of it. It's a funny video that was posted, although I do think it probably is telling that the Democrats' demands right now are just totally unreasonable.
I think yesterday was an opportunity that was missed. The gathering in the White House was a chance for the legislative leaders with the president to avoid a government shutdown, and there wasn't any follow-up whatsoever.
I mean, you see what I see. It appears we're going to have a shutdown. Shutdowns are always a combination of policy and politics, but to varying degrees. This one is more politics than policy.
All right, let's play this nut clip. I think it was Dalia, who was from Illinois, and she's talking about how she feels, and she's not taking the bullying anymore from the Trump administration. Go ahead and run that.
And I want to make sure that you know this, that as long as I am breathing and a United States member of Congress, I will not fund authoritarianism. I will not support fascism. And I will not be voting for any continuing resolution that will allow Donald Trump and these Republicans to continue to take away from the people, steal from the people. Because this is a moment where you are asking members of Congress, you are asking elected officials, which side are you on? Are you on the side of the people? Are you on the side of our children? Are you on the side of our communities? Or are you going to continue to bend the knee to a wannabe king? Which one is it? And I want...
Somebody just posted gas $2.
Where?
My gas was $5 yesterday. A gallon. What are you talking about? I mean, dude, that's why you have to go by national averages. You know, and everything is went up. The prices of everything. Just stop it, man. So we're gonna get into we've got to get into the mess happening in Washington again. Yes, we're talking about another government shutdown. It's been a while, like 7 years since we had one. But this is another showdown. That didn't used to really happen in the early 2000s and the 90s and 80s. Those things this didn't happen then. But, you know, it was used as the power play once, and now politicians use it every time.
You're absolutely right. So let's be real. The Republicans are in control of the House, but once again, they can't control themselves. Instead of governing for the people, they're posturing, fighting among themselves, and dragging the entire country toward yet another shutdown.
Yeah, Yes, we are in Phoenix, Arizona. So we do, gas is a little more expensive in the cities than it is in rural areas. But that's why we go by national averages when we talk about gas, because in some areas it may be cheaper. But no, I don't know, man. They keep saying the prices are down, but everything I see is that the prices are going up. So, it's whatever, man. They like to live in their own little bubble and act like things aren't getting worse. But we all the people who read every day know what's going on. We know what's going on. And this shutdown though is not really going to help anyone. Let's talk a little bit about how we got here. Government shutdowns, they aren't new. We saw it in the 90s under Gingrich. They said it happened in the 90s. I didn't think it did, but in the 90s under Gingrich, we had one. We saw it with the Tea Party under Obama. And the longest shutdown in history was under Trump in 2019, like we said, when he wanted billions for his border wall. That shutdown lasted 35 days. And in the end, he didn't even get what he wanted.
Yep, exactly. And today's GOP is following that same playbook. They've got the majority in the House, but instead of passing bipartisan bills, they're stuffing in culture war demands, abortion restrictions, defunding Ukraine, rolling back climate initiatives, and none of that is really going to fly in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of legislating, they stall.
Stall tactics, man. The Republicans, that's all they know how to do is divide. But here's the real issue. Republicans are split. You got a handful of moderates who understand a shutdown hurts their own constituents. But then there's the far right Freedom Caucus. Loud, uncompromising, and threatening to tank any deal unless they get draconian cuts to programs like housing, veterans, care, and education.
Yep.
They always going around. They say they love the veterans, man, but they love going after them, man.
This lady says she paid $5.45 for a loaf of bread in South Dakota.
Goodness. Prices
a loaf of bread.
And they trying to tell us that prices are down. Get up out of here, man.
But, when one side of your party is making demands, the other side can't accept, what do? Instead of negotiating with the Democrats, they fight with themselves. That's why speaker after speaker after speaker keeps struggling. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember McCarthy? He lost his job because he tried to negotiate a clean bill. Lost his job.
Right. So what do they do instead? They posture for Fox News, sound bites, post angry racist tweets of people and what it was Jeffries in a sombrero. I don't even know what he's doing. Like it's so stupid. What is he pressing this dude in the sombrero for in an AI video? Like it's goofy stuff. This man is 80 years old. And he always like making fun of his opponents. And then the right, oh, you guys are saying stuff about us. What the hell? Y'all see this dude Trump just be posting anything?
Anything.
And they don't have nothing to say. They never hold him to account. He gets no accountability for anything he does. It's crazy. His tweets are disgusting. Just crazy stuff. Racist, like, why are you posting this man with a sombrero and a Mexican mustache? Like, what are you doing? Right. Oh, they're trying to get health care for the immigrants, so they put him in a sombrero. Like, it's dumb. Dumb shit. All these stupid sound bites, stupid ass angry tweets, and push the government closer to a shutdown. That's not leadership, man. That's chaos.
Yep. And it always backfires. But this is what they don't get. In 2013, they shut the government down trying to kill Obamacare. Result? It failed. In 2019, Trump's wall standoff, another failure. Every poll shows that Americans blame Republicans more for these government shutdowns than they blame Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Republicans are to blame for government shutdowns.
But what the part that kills me is I watched a video of Trump talking about shutdowns, and he said it's the people in charge that it's their fault.
He did say that.
Yeah, he said it was who's ever the president and whoever has the power in the House and the Senate, it's their fault.
Their responsibility.
But now when they're in charge,
it's the Democrats'
now
fault.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault. They never take accountability for anything. It's not their fault. And it exposes the hypocrisy, man. They claim to be about fiscal discipline, but every time they get in office, they run the budget and the deficit up. They run it up. They do nothing to cut the deficit. But as soon as they get out of office, look at the deficit. Look at the deficit.
Every time.
Every time they are in there, they run it up. Every time. Look what Trump did last time to the deficit.
Yep. Look at what he's doing to it now.
They're not about fiscal discipline at all. But their budgets explode the deficit. Explode it. And then what we are the ones that suffer. With tax breaks for the wealthy and corporations, they're not protecting the economy. They're weakening it. And when the government shuts down, the U.S. loses billions of dollars in productivity and investor confidence. All the time.
Every time. But meanwhile, everyday people are paying the price. Federal workers are going to miss their paychecks. TSA agents, air traffic controllers are going to be forced to work without pay, which is going to raise safety risks, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Families that are using SNAP and or WIC will worry about how they're going to get their food for their children, while small businesses depending on government contracts are getting squeezed.
Yeah,
and
man.
even the military families face paycheck delays.
Mm-hmm.
Those patriots y'all so-called love won't be getting their paychecks.
And the big picture is the economy takes a hit. Moody's has already warned that repeated shutdown brinkmanship could damage America's credit rating. It's already have in the past. So while Republicans...
last time we lost the credit rating when Trump was in office.
So while Republicans claim they're fighting for their country, their actions put the country at risk like always.
Always.
Like always.
But let's be clear. The Republicans do control the House.
Mm-hmm.
This is their responsibility.
Yep.
Until they stop fighting each other and start negotiating with the Democrats, these shutdown threats will keep happening.
Yep.
This time, they only needed to get along with less than 10 motherfuckers.
Right. 7 people. That's all they needed.
8 people, and they couldn't do that.
Can't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Because they don't want to negotiate anything. They just want to push through what they want to push through. And the American people, they deserve better. The government isn't supposed to be about posturing. It's about serving. And right now, the GOP's dysfunction is serving no one but their own political theater bull. Mm-hmm. Now, we also know that they blocked a new Arizona congressperson that was coming in from Tucson. Tell us a little bit about that.
You're right. A lot of things happened this week, but yeah, for the Republicans, they're refusing to swear in the newly elected Democrat. And here's the facts. The Republicans in the state legislature give the state, if confirmed later, which they're refusing to swear in the newly elected Democrat. This move delays the representative's ability to serve, and it's directly connected to a position about Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did say that once she was finally sworn in, she was going to be the relinquishing vote to say release those files. Mm. By blocking the swearing in, Republicans are keeping the chamber at a political advantage while also delaying actions related to the petition for the Epstein files, which calls for the releasing of further records and further investigation into individuals that are directly tied to Epstein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, we all see what's going on. I mean, they're trying their best to keep these Epstein files from coming out. They're blocking everything that they can. They voted several times for them not to come out. They said that was going to be the first thing they want to do. The notes were on their table already. They were ready to release the files.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now they're doing everything they can to make sure that the files do not come out.
Exactly. And, this could set precedent. So if political parties do start delaying the oaths of offices for other people that need to be sworn in based on their controversial petitions, it could raise questions about voters' representation that's actually going to where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, I voted for this person and you just not gonna swear me in because you want some silly shit?
Yeah, man. I just don't understand what they think is going to happen. They're going to keep fighting until these files come out, and they're going to come out. So no matter what they do and how much they fight, they're going to do everything they can to keep these files from coming out. Mm-hmm. But in the end, I think that we're all going to get these files. They're going to keep fighting, but I think that if we have to wait to November when hopefully we can win a couple seats and try to get the power over to the Democrats, hopefully, then maybe we can get these files out. But the Republicans, they talked about this a long time. They said that it was the Democrats that was all on the files, and the Democrats. That's who was on there, and we're gonna catch them. Pizzagate type stuff they was on, and and because they have been known to attach themselves to crazy conspiracy theories, most people ignored this stuff. And when dude Epstein went to jail, everybody like, all right, the dude was caught, whatever. Then the weird circumstances behind his death, people had a little bit of questions. But we didn't want to go down the rabbit hole with the Republicans, who are known to go down rabbit holes,
right,
and get lost. We saw the guy trying to shoot up a pizza parlor because of Pizzagate. Like they lose their mind. So regular people didn't want to go down that hole. But as situations start popping up and things start coming out, and we start seeing that really and truly the Republicans don't want this information out, the Democrats' ears start perking up, and they're like, hey, let's get it out.
Right.
They're talking about, we saw him put on his Truth Social that he's trying to protect Clinton. Like, get out. I
do know the Democrats don't care if Clinton was on that list.
Man, we don't care who on that list. We don't care. We don't look at politicians as gods like you look at Trump. We don't worship this people. We don't put t-shirts on with politicians on our shirts. We don't do that. We don't have them on our hats. We don't wear red everywhere looking like broke ass bloods. We don't do that. Y'all, that's what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
You got on Trump underwear, a Trump jockstrap, Trump anus plug. Y'all just crazy. Y'all just lose it, man. Y'all go all the way out.
Not the anal plug.
Yeah, man. They got Trump dildos. That's what they about, man. They weird, bro. Weird, man. Nice comment. Thank you. But anyway, man. I want to appreciate everybody for coming through and talking with us today. We'll be back on Saturday with more Habari Live. Same place. It won't be the same time. We'll be here at 11 a.m. on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hit the follow, hit the share, hit the like. Show some respect, man. We out here trying to do a little something, It's hard, man. It's not easy. But we appreciate everybody, even the idiots that put in comments, and even the racists. Thank you for putting in your racist comments and proving what MAGA is about. We approve it. We really appreciate it. Live access suspended. I hate TikTok. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Peace.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.
We can't speak what we want to every time they see us. Oh, this is